Hey guys, so again in one of my favorite stores, and I'm actually looking at the welders. As you can see, I'm picking up some stuff. I'm thinking to pull a trigger on this welder to do my projects. Alright guys, so I've picked up the welding. This was the last unit they had, so I got lucky with that. I also got the helmet. I also picked up gloves, the wire, some corners and some stuff like that. So hopefully soon I can start practicing welding, and then gonna move on to doing some projects for the truck. I have never welded before, but I think I can figure it out. Especially I'm gonna get some help from my dad, which pretty good welder, so he must to give me good tips. And like for example, I'm looking at this shelf over here, these welds that's been done, and I'm not a welder or anything, but I feel even with some enough practice, I can do better welds than this. This looks like a little bit of a sloppy work, I would say. So if some companies do welds like that, I'm pretty sure I can do something better. Hello and welcome to another Xterra video where I work on my truck. Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. And on today's video, I'm gonna be trying to attempt to fabricate and install my own rear recovery points. So as of now, since I have an original bumper, not aftermarket bumper, in the rear I don't have any recovery points. And if I have to pull somebody out or somebody needs to pull me out, I'm out of luck. Let's put it that way. So my plan is to cut a hole over here. They sell units online already made that you just pass through and then you attach it to those 3 factory bolts, but the kit is like $90, and if you want to buy 2 of them, that's gonna be like $170 before tax and shipping. And the metal they use over there, it's only 1/2 inch steel. I'm planning to make it from a bigger steel. I'll show you in a minute. So hopefully it's gonna come out alright. So my plan is to fabricate it and then it's gonna be sticking out over here, but we'll get to that later. So I got my hands on this kind of steel over here. It's pretty thick. I believe it's 3/8 of an inch. So my plan is, according to the template, I need 3 inches by 12 inches. So my plan is to cut 2 pieces, weld them together, drill the holes, and that's gonna be my recovery point. So let's see if that's gonna work out or not. So now I'm just gonna measure 12 inches by 3 inches, and hopefully it's all gonna work out. Okay, let's see if I can cut all of these and make it straight cuts. Okay, so this is cut. So basically this is gonna be like that, 2 of them together, and I'm gonna weld it all around. And once it's secured to the frame, anyway, it's gonna be secured with 3 bolts. It's not gonna go anywhere. My main concern is just to make it thicker so it's not gonna bend easily, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be all fine. So now I'm just gonna prepare it, just grind it off, sand it off, and weld it together. So now, to make it somewhat nicer, I'm gonna cut the edges over here like that. Basically I'm gonna divide this in 3, basically 1 inch, 1 inch and 1 inch. So from 1 inch over here to 1 inch over here, I'm gonna mark a line and I cut it to make it somewhat rounded up. It's not gonna be perfect as always, but anyways, I think it's gonna be alright. Alright, something like this. So now I'm gonna cut this all the way through, grind it as well, and then I'm gonna try to weld it. Okay guys, so I tried my best to make it as even as possible and clear all of this up. So now I think it's somewhat straight, maybe not. Gonna check one more time and then I'm gonna start welding this. Alright, so it's all welded around. So now I'm just waiting for it to cool down a little bit, and then I'm gonna grind everything off, just try to make it as neat as possible, sand it off, and then we can start making our marks for the 3 holes over here for the bolts, and 1 hole with a big hole over here for the recovery point over here. Okay guys, this is done. I know it's not perfect or anything, but it's just a recovery point, and more likely this is somewhat of a temporary solution, at least to have something there until I have a rear bumper. I think this came out right. I'm not too worried about this part, because this part is gonna be underneath the truck anyways, but this is what's gonna be sticking out, and this is all welded and grinded off. I think it came out right. If you look like this, it looks like a like a single piece. So now I can start making my marks for where the holes to be drilled, and then I'm gonna be working on making the holes. Okay guys, so I have my holes marked over here. Hopefully these measurements are correct. This one I don't care that much, just has to be somewhere in the middle, but these ones are kind of important because this metal I'm not gonna be able to just simply wobble it or anything. So what I did, I actually took off one side of the bumper, I took off the bolts, and then I just put a piece of paper in there and marked my holes. And then this mark's supposed to be 1.5 inches to the middle, if I'm not mistaken. So then I'm sort of positioned it over here, centered it, and marked it. So now also I have to make sure that I make the hole straight, and since I don't have a drill press, I picked up this little device, little gadget. So let's see if this is gonna help me. So with this, there's just simply you're gonna put it over the hole, and this is gonna work as a guide. So let's see if that's gonna help me or not. And also I'm gonna be pouring some oil on it just to keep it cooler, so I don't want to burn the drill bits. Okay, so I put some oil over here. So now with a 3/16 bit, just gonna pass it over here, place it over there, hold this tight, and good luck. And also of course gotta make sure it doesn't move. So let's add more oil. Looks like this is gonna be a long process, so let me drill them all, and then I'm gonna show you if it worked out or not. Okay, the holes are through, and they look straight from what I can tell. So this little device really works. It actually works. As simple as it is, as cheap as it is, it works. So now I'm gonna just work my way enlarging all of these holes to appropriate size, and then we can start marking it where we're gonna make a hole in the bumper. Alright guys, so all the holes are through. These holes should be fine for the bolt sides, but this one I actually need to make it even bigger. But unfortunately this is currently the biggest drill bit I have, which is 9/16, but I need to get bigger drill bit, so I need to find out where I can buy it and drill this hole bigger. Okay. Okay, so I was able to find the big drill bits and actually the right size that I'm gonna need over here at Harbor Freight, and I bought the whole set. So now let's see, let's hope I can drill this hole to the appropriate size just by hand without any drill press. Let's hope they work, and more important, let's hope they don't break. Wow, so the last few, I don't know, quarter of an inch was really hard to drill. I don't know, maybe the drill bit got dull, so it took forever, but I got through. But now I still gotta go with this drill bit, the biggest one. Ooh. Okay, I think we made it through, guys. Yeah, it worked. Finally, I made the hole all the way through. Okay, so I masked off my bumper over here so I don't scratch it accidentally. And now with the Dremel tool, I'm gonna try to cut out, hopefully where I need it for my recovery point to come out. From what I could measure from this side, I need to go 2 inches and 1/8 in, and then it's basically 3 inches for the height of it. And if my measurements are correct, it's 1 inch and 1/4 from the top portion over here, but I'm not too sure about that. So what I'm thinking about, I'm gonna cut it out small, and then maybe with some kind of template, I'm gonna see how far I need to enlarge up and down. I know that my width has to be 3/4 of the inch, so yeah, let's see what happens.
A few moments later.
Okay, let's see if I can take these pieces out. Okay, now I just need to file this all up, make sure the thing's gonna fit in there. Didn't want to do that. Okay guys, so this is how it looks. Maybe there's a slightly too big of a gap on top, but I mean, cannot be perfect. And I already put the 3 bolts in just to test it. That's the old bolts, which I'm gonna replace for new bolts, but just to make sure the hole fit. So now I'm just gonna take it out, clean it, paint around over there, and it's ready to get mounted. And here we go guys, this is all ready. I painted it. It's like I said, it might not be the best looking or anything, but this sure is gonna work. And I painted around here where I make the cut just to prevent any rust. So now I'm gonna stick it inside there, just gonna go this way, and then we're not gonna use the bolts that we had because they're gonna be too short. I actually ordered previously these bolts, which are the grade 10.9 M14 1.5 60mm, so they're much longer, and that's what we're gonna use. So let's try to screw it in. Let's hope it actually fits now. Okay, so I'm gonna slide this inside there. Something like that. And now with 3 new bolts, gonna try to put it in place. Okay, that's 2, and that's 3. So now I'm just gonna tie them all up. And in this case we're using a 17mm. Okay. Alright guys, and this is done. I know it might not look perfect, but at least I have some kind of recovery point now in the back of my truck, because as before I didn't have anything. And this bumper, eventually it's gonna come out. Eventually it's gonna come out, so I'm not too concerned about this. So now let's see if our D-ring is gonna fit in here. And yeah, sure is. It fits in no problem. Nice. So now I have a recovery point in the rear of my truck. Guys, another project well done. At least I think it's well done. Still, it's better than nothing. At least now I have some kind of recovery. I can pull somebody out, or somebody can pull me out from the back. Since at the front I have only one hook, so now at least I have something in the back so I can pull somebody out. So this was a fun, interesting project to do. I had a lot of fun making it. It was a little bit time consuming, especially for the drilling, but I think it came out better than if I was to buy the one online, which is only a ½ inch, and this one is 3/4 inch. And I do plan to do more fabrication for my truck. I hope you guys gonna like those videos as well. So on this note, I hope you guys enjoying these videos. I hope you might find it helpful, and until next time, everybody, bye.